Recorded Books Incorporated presents an unabridged recording of Rumpole's Return by John Mortimer, narrated by Patrick Tull. This book, copyrighted 1980 by Advan Press Limited, is recorded by permission of Sterling Lord Literaristic Incorporated. This performance is copyrighted 1991 by Recorded Books Incorporated. Horace Rumpole has retired. He and his wife, she who must be obeyed, have moved to Florida to live with their son. Miami, land of swimming pools and senior citizens. Just imagine it. Rumpole in Bermuda shorts. Rumpole basking like an orange in the summer sun. Rumpole learning to talk American. Back in his old chambers he will no doubt be missed, by some more than others, but the Old Bailey hack has finally been put out to pasture once and for all. Or has he? And now, Rumpole's Return.
From Ben Jonson, A Farewell to the World. Else I my state should much mistake to harbour a divided thought from all my kind, that, for my sake, there should a miracle be wrought. No, I do know that I was born to age, misfortune, sickness, grief, but I will bear these with that scorn as shall not need thy false relief. Nor for my peace will I go far as wanderers do that still do roam, but make my strengths, such as they are, here in my bosom and at home. Chapter 1. One dark, wet, and almost arctic night in springtime, in fact it was Thursday the 13th of March, and the sort of brutal English weather which ought to have made me profoundly grateful for where I was at the time, a 35-year-old clerk in the Inland Revenue named Percival Simpson left his evening class in Notting Hill Gate and went, as he always did on Thursday nights, into the delectable Drumstick to buy his takeaway supper. The meal in question consisted of a cardboard box in which was stowed a pale and hairy portion of greasy battery-fed chicken and a number of soggy chips. It was, in short, the sort of mass-produced Americanized food which tastes at the best of wet blotting paper and at the worst of very old bicycle tires. Such a dinner as makes me more than ever anxious for the speedy collapse of civilization as we know it. Having secured this repellent repast, Simpson paid for it with money from the purse which he always carried about his person, and made his way out of the neon-lit splendours of the delectable Drumstick into the stormy unpleasantness of the street. He was going, as usual, to take the tube to his bed-sitting-room in Paddington. Exactly what followed never became altogether clear. Prosecuting counsel failed to elicit a coherent story from the various witnesses, and the defence was, as usual, only too happy to allow the picture to remain somewhat opaque. As Simpson walked along the broad and fairly well-lit pavement, he passed a large and rather muddy vehicle. It was later shown to be a Volvo estate car with a Hampshire registration, which drew up behind him. A man got out, of no more than Simpson's age, but of an entirely different appearance. He was large and burly, a first-class rugby football player, whereas Simpson was on the skinny side, and his game, on the rare occasions when he could find a partner, was draughts. The man from the estate car wore a suit made by Huntsman's in Savile Row, a hat from Locks, and made-to-measure shoes from Lobb. Simpson was dressed in a nondescript manner by courtesy of the January sales in the civil service stores. The man from the Volvo was a product of Eton, Sandhurst, and the Brigade of Guards. Simpson had acquired his mastery of mathematics at Stanmore Comprehensive and the North London Poly. It would be difficult to think of two more dissimilar young men than Percival Simpson and the Honourable Roderick, known to his many friends as Rory, Cantor,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?